Oh. Yo, what's up, Jason? Man, I'm just out here with no real agenda tonight. But I did a glue up. So let's reveal the glue up, and then I'm gonna keep working on hanging this axe here. Little Emerson Stevens jersey. Putting it on this rugs, 28 rugs. Oh yeah, man, I told you, dude. I hope you don't mind, but I sent him a picture of that that Kelly, and he thinks that might actually be a JP Kelly, which may even predate the Perfect Axe. So pretty cool, man. Ooh, it's a good day when your clamps don't get all glued to the wood. I should probably not speak so soon. Well, we did good. We're looking good. This is 6/4 stock, so I really only need just a littlest bit of flare at the end. Really, if at all. You can make a perfectly serviceable palm swell with 6/4 stock. So, but this is a canary and not rosewood, Purple Heart. Canary and Purple Heart. It's going to make a really handsome handle for a little project I'm working on. All right, who do we got in the house? What's going on, James? The thickness that I use for my handles, normally I use 4/4 stock, and then I laminate palm swells on there for two reasons. Number one, 4/4 is cheaper to get, and two, it's less work to have to, like when you do 6/4 or 8/4 to carve your handles, this is a shitload of waste, man. So even if I do get 8/4, I'll usually take it on a table saw and rip it down to 4/4. And Sean's here. What's up, Sean? Whoop. And Chad's here. Yeah, me and Chad are freaking pissed at UPS. The UPS guy literally dropped the box off at my house the other day that Chad sent me. He sent me some nice lumber, and then he turns around, picks it up, and brings it back into the truck. It makes absolutely no sense. So, yeah, that glue up looks good. So that project is a go. And I started fitting this down the other night, Sunday night, or I guess what, yeah, last night. Tell you what, man, these old main eyes are wonky as hell. Like, I haven't even taken anything off the back of this rugs handle, and it is Gap City back there. So I'm just kind of hoping. I could see that it thickens up a little bit at the shoulder, but look at the length of this eye. See that? I'm going to probably wind up doing a cross wedge to fill the front of the eye. And because the eye is so long, you could see it naturally wants to close the hang. Like it wants to close the hang up. So I'm going to try to, I guess I'm going to try to fight that a little bit. I don't know. Maybe this isn't the best hang to do on camera. I'm probably going to say the fuck word a few times. And I cleaned up my bench, and now I don't know where all my shit is. So I had a drift somewhere. Where's my drift? I feel like I could find stuff easier when my shop was a mess. Ah, here's my drift on the table, on the bandsaw where it belongs. I'm glad I cleaned up so that I could just tear everything out again. United P Smokers? Oh, UPS. I didn't know what you were talking about for a second. Oh, you got your Hanukkah Tazzy? What did you wind up hanging that on? A 20 or what? Like a 30 straight or something? Where's my shell? Or a wood bullet? A wood boulet? Yeah, this sucker's going to wind up being a keeper, man, just because I'm not going to be able to get rid of this axe with humongous freaking gaps in the back. They're probably just going to wind up being, you know, just visual gaps. I'm sure there's going to be a sound hang, but I still got to put an edge on this. I wound up just kind of radiusing this a little bit. It had a little toe wear you could see, and I kind of took a little bit off. Maybe I might take a little bit more off to just even the bit out. But these Emerson and Stevens are, I don't know if rare is the word, but they're pricey, and I don't want to be grinding away on perfectly usable steel. At the end of the day, this is not a, you know, I mean, well, I shouldn't say it's not a collector's piece. It certainly is a collector's piece, but it's not museum quality or anything like that. It's sort of user grade, so. All right, let's see what the people have to say. Oh man, whoever just said hi, I'm assuming that's a Russian name, so I will say to you, Здравствуйте. My wife is Ukrainian, so that means that I know how to say like 6 things. Здравствуйте, sir. Or ma'am. Soup Joe? I'm more of a stew guy, personally. What's going on, Leaf? Leaf and Chad, you guys are in PA. Did you guys get the crazy tornado warnings and stuff today? They actually canceled my daughter's, she cheerleads and she had a basketball game. They canceled the basketball game because the weather was supposed to be like really bad. Didn't wind up being bad, thankfully, but... Yeah, tell them, Chad. Like the video, guys. You got 43 people in here, and the only people that are talking are the people that I know personally. So if you're new to the party, say hi. Yeah, everybody, if everybody wants to give this video a like, that'd be sweet. But yeah, if you're in the comments, or pardon me, if you're in the stream and aren't chatting, say hi at least. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm filming this from Eastern Pennsylvania. And we got peeps from all over. We got a bunch of Pennsylvania peeps in here right now. We got Georgia representing. Who else is in here? Who else was in here before? Oh, we got Alaska in the house. What's up, Cannon? Is that a lumberman pattern? Kind of. It's a rugs. 28 Rugs by Whiskey River. So it's pretty straight, pretty lumberman-ish pattern. So the one thing that I did on the last rugs, I did a Fulton, an old Fulton with Yankee bevels on a rugs, and wound up trading it to a buddy. And the one thing that I wound up doing was, so with the rugs, it's slim, and then right about here, it really thickens up. And I've had, this is either the third one or the fourth one that I've had my hands on, and they're all like that. So I don't think it was just like a one-off. And what I wound up doing on the first rugs build was I just came in and thinned it out on the sides, both sides, so that it was sort of the same length down the, or sorry, the same dimension down the whole length. And then I came in and I undercut this swell a little bit, and then same thing on this. I just put a little bit more of a pocket back here just to give you just a little bit more handhold. But I definitely slimmed the bottom half, third down. North Carolina in the house. Ukraine. Здравствуйте from Ukraine. Ukraine. Yeah, you know what, Jason? I never used to hang my axes with a ball peen hammer either. I always used a wooden mallet, or I used to use a rubber mallet back in the day, but those things just get tore up so quickly. The other thing I don't like is the black ones. They leave black marks all over your handle. You gotta sand off. So I've been using wooden mallets for a while, and then I've just been seeing everybody using a ball peen. And you know what? Honestly, like, I was always afraid to, because, you know, metal hammer on wood. But man, I've broken more swells with wooden hammers than I have with the ball peen. I think the mass and, you know, the inertia on the ball peen makes it so that you only have to tap it a little bit, versus with the wooden hammer, you know, you kind of really got to drive that thing a little bit. But I've had this little ball peen for a while now. I don't know. Might even just be on mark, but it was on this really nice. Can you guys see the curl on that handle? Can you see the curl on that? This handle had a pretty big crack in it when I got it, and I was like, oh man, look at this really curly, beautiful handle. So what I wound up doing was shim that crack open. I put a bunch of glue in there, glued it up, and it's been holding great. And I love this hammer. It's the perfect size ball peen. Like I have a little collection of hammers over here. I've got ball peens in a couple different sizes. Like I got, you know, the baby bear, the mama bear, and then I got this one here. This is the daddy bear here, which this thing like hardly ever gets used. I think this is about a 2-pound ball peen. But yeah, I like the mama bear ball peen a lot. It's probably my most used hammer. Actually, speaking of hammers, I was looking at this the other day. I got this in a trade with Iron Ox. This is had electrical tape wrapped all around it, so I just assumed I was gonna reveal a big nasty crack or gouge or something, but there's nothing. And it's this beautiful old octagonal handle, but I'm not sure if you guys could see it. It's a True Temper Kelly Perfect framing hammer. Isn't that neat? I have never seen a Kelly Perfect hammer before. Not that I'm a big collector or knowledgeable about hammers, but I never seen one before, so I thought that was cool. And Nate threw that in on a trade because he's an awesome dude. All right, what do the people have to say? Let's see. Mike Feaster. Philly? Brother, where are you at in Philly? I'm in Levittown. New Grand Order. Where are you at, New Grand Order? You're northeast or what? I'm thinking about getting some rugs and some lumbermans for some rafters from Port. Yeah. I was gonna do, and maybe I will do it. I was gonna do a video on the 3 New England pattern handles that Whiskey River make, because when you look at them on their website, they don't look all that different. But in practice, in real world, they're completely different handles. And when I looked at them online, I honestly didn't like the Lumberman at all. I kind of just thought it was like a little thin, kind of just straight, crappy looking handle. But to be honest with you, the Lumberman has been my favorite of the 3 New England. I have also, where it be? Yeah. I don't have I was going to bring the Lumberman out actually, but I have the NEC too. So I would say probably my favorites in order would be, the first would be the Lumberman, the second would be the NEC, the third would be the rugs. The one thing I don't like about the NEC is it's a bitch to hang, because it's got the I mean, it's not too bad, but it's got a angled swell, so you're kind of hitting it on a 30-degree angle, but it's a nice swinging handle, and they all have a way different cross section. Like this is slim and flat, almost kind of like a racing axe handle or something. It's slim and flat, and it had a really pronounced V in the front that I actually softened a little bit just because it didn't fit my hand very well. But overall, I like this handle, and I especially like it, with a nice like 3.5, like a heavier head like this. And I've split with this a couple times. I've chopped with this off. Have I chopped with this on camera? I may have not chopped. Dude, I'm at the point, guys, where I have such a backlog of axes to swing. Like, I'm seriously considering getting rid of some of them. Because it's just, I'm running out of room in the racks. I don't have enough time to swing them all. Like, dude, I finished this one up, and I still have not swung this. The frickin' high test, the 5-pound high test. I still haven't swung this thing. I was going to take it out on Sunday, and I just got busy doing other things. I only swung my dingo like once. Like, I got more axes than I could feasibly use for somebody that lives where I live, and All right, let's see, what do we got? Yeah, Nick, you only ever cracked with wood mallets. Me too, man. You use a ball peen all the time. Brad, what's up, Brad? Did you see how Ethical tore up his handle? Yeah, I did. So, Ethical and I chat a lot on Instagram Messenger, and he was just saying that he's had a pretty shitty month of just tearing up handles and stuff. Squat Shot, what's up, dude? You know what, James, give a Lumberman's a shot. If you ever make an order with them, give it a shot. It doesn't look like it would be a great handle, but I'll tell you what, it swings really nice. By the way, speaking of handles, did that package ever show up? Oh, Mike Law's in the house. And yeah, Sean, yeah, dude, I was worried with that NEC handle as well, man. I was sweating that whole hang. Norland Hatchet on a Space Cadet handle. I have one Space Cadet handle that I have one of Kevin's early builds I traded for. It's a well, whatever. We're just hanging at this point. Here it be. Yeah. Yeah, see what I mean? There's too many freaking axes. I am at capacity in this rack, at least in the full size. Yeah, this is the Space Cadet that I have. I believe Kevin said might have said this was Ash. Could be Space Cadet, and it's got the Kelly Perfect Dayton on it. This has been on video before. I've swung this on video. But again, like I was saying, you know, I mean, like, this is a fantastic axe, man. And it's just, I don't ever swing it. This isn't going anywhere because it's a Kelly and it's part of my Kelly Perfect collection. So this one will stay in the collection, but fantastic axe. And just an awesome handle that he builds too. I'll have to put all those away a little more gingerly later. No such thing as too many axes. Oh, yeah. Hey, there he is. Speak of the devil. Yeah, I think it is Ash. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was Ash. It was Ash. How's it going, Kevin? You're nice and clean now, huh? He cleansed himself of all the evil spirits. Kevin's a fucking wild man too. Like, I'll be sitting at work at like 4 o'clock or 4:30 or whatever, and all of a sudden I'll get a bunch of texts come through and go, "Yeah, I've been home for an hour. I hang 2 axes already." I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! I'll sit on this live for 3 hours tonight, banging this handle into this head. Mostly just because I won't shut up. The hell is that? I swear to God, I thought I just heard something crack. Weird. Yeah, Kevin, see what I'm talking about? Or here, how am I going to show you this? See what I mean, man? These freaking main eyes, dude. Like, I took nothing off the back of this handle, and there's a solid 1/16 of an inch, well, like a 32nd of an inch gap going on back there. So I am hopeful that that'll close up a little bit. If not, I'll just have to shim it or something. But, you know, if I keep it, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly not even in the mood to hang an axe right now. Oh yeah, Mike, dude, that big 5-pounder, man, that thing is that's gonna pack a wallop. I'm excited to swing that thing. Let's see. Yeah, Brad, you missed the. Maybe you did. I'm not sure. I did a just spur of the moment the other Sunday. Was it Sunday? Yeah, I guess it was yesterday. Spur of the moment, I just had a little offcut of canary, and I just decided to carve a little double taper hammer handle for a cobbler's hammer on a live. Cobbler hammer's a little quicker than a axe handle, though. That's not even debatable. I meant to bring that out, actually. I brought that in the other night to show my wife, and as you can imagine, she was very impressed, very excited to see it. What's going on? What does everybody else have to say? Oh yeah, you were in there. That's right. I remember that. Man, Chad's he's coming in strong. I listen to the man. He's got good ideas. Give the video a like. Give the channel a sub. If you're new here and you like axes, I got plenty of stuff building axes, plenty of stuff swinging axes. Let me ask you guys a question. Some of you guys that are that have been around for a while. I just saw my brother the other night. I was talking to my brother at a party, and he was saying that he'd like to see me switch it up a little bit, especially with the summer coming. Do a little bit more like outdoorsy stuff. Would that be something that would interest you guys? Like, I know last summer I did a couple little kayak videos, and I did a pretty long camping video, but I didn't have as many subs as I do now, so it didn't do wonderfully great or anything like that. But I had kind of half thought too about doing a little series, just like a little series where I just take an axe in the woods and, buck up a little hunk of tree or something like that, split a little firewood down, start a fire, maybe every time, maybe start a fire with a different method, and boil, do like a little boil up and have a little cup of coffee with you guys on camera. Not sure if that's something that you guys would like to see. I know Ryan did a similar, Lionhead Restoration, Ryan did a similar video like that earlier this year. He's down in the South, so I think it might have been like November or December when he did it. So I remember being very jealous of him just hanging out by the fire wearing a t-shirt with good old brother Remy. Hey, Mr. Gents in the house. Yeah, the UPS guy definitely fondled Chad's package. Peckinton retracted his message, so I hope it wasn't something shitty. Yeah, Mr. Gent, I watched that young gentleman's. I watched at least one. He's got 2 videos up. I watched one of them, and I let him know you sent me over there. Yeah, I don't know how old that young guy is. I mean, he's not. He's a young man for sure. He's not like, I wouldn't call him a kid, but already he's swinging an axe. Ooh, with some purpose for sure. I mean, Mr. Gent's his neighbor, so. For anybody that just popped in, I got a little Emerson and Stevens jersey. I got in a trade with my buddy Ryan, not Lionhead Restoration Ryan, my buddy Ryan from up New Hampshire. We worked out a trade, and this little I didn't weigh it because I don't have a postal scale, but I'd venture a guess that it's about a 3-pound head maybe. Or at least it was maybe when it was forged. It's got a little toe wear on it, but I just can't get over these wedges, man. These main wedges. I don't know if you guys like these main wedges or not, but like when I first got into axes, I was not a fan of the wedges, especially the full wedge pattern without the lugs. I always just thought they looked plain, and I didn't have an appreciation for them. But I developed an appreciation for them Memorial Day weekend this year after handling a bunch of them at a meet. And they're just freaking cool. And this is my first like real deal Oakland Maine axe. I have, I had 4. I only have 3 now because I had some Snow and Neely's, but... as it was explained to me by a couple Maine collectors, Snow and Neely's aren't the same thing as Oakland steel. So, but you know what's interesting too is all these old school New England axes all have a similar sort of like patina to them. I was looking at this last night actually. So this is an Emerson and Stevens made in Oakland, Maine. Where'd it go? I was just playing with it. And then this is my my Rixford that was made in East Highgate, Vermont. And they just sort of have like a similar vibe, like a similar patina to them almost. That's a little different than like, a Kelly or something like that, or like an old Collins or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm just nuts, but... And even this one, too. This is a... I would probably call this like a Dayton pattern, maybe. But this sucker's got a little wedge to it, too. I like this axe. Yeah, all right. Let's see what the good folks have to say. He's 13? He looks bigger than 13. Cannon, if I could get up to Alaska, dude, that would be freaking epic. The chances of that happening are slim and none, unfortunately for me. But, dude, that would be freaking cool, man. My wife and I were talking about taking a cruise up there, but I'm assuming that's nowhere near where you live. Yeah, no, for sure, Mr. Jen. I definitely said welcome to YouTube, and for sure I happy to support a young dude out there that's like, I think I said it on the comment I made on your video earlier. Like, him out there splitting wood and chopping and using an axe or whatever, it's awesome, because I guarantee you 3/4 of his friends, if not more, are playing on their phones or on Xbox and all that good stuff. So, or all that bad stuff, I should say. What kind of axe would you bring for a week out in the wilderness? Well, I would ask you, what is your means of conveyance to get out into the wilderness? Are you hiking? Are you taking a kayak or a canoe? Are you car camping? It all depends. Like, if you're kayaking, I would take a boy's axe. If you're hiking, I would take either a hatchet or no axe at all, and I would take a bigger knife and a saw, depending on how long you're hiking for. If you're car camping, I would just take whatever axe you want. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a good point. If you're going to take one axe for a week out camping, the Dingo Pup would be a good option. Yeah, most kids are. I got a 13-year-old myself. Snowshoeing? Well, okay, so yeah, all right. Well, that changes things a little bit. So if you're snowshoeing, it's the snow, and you're gonna actually need to process like some real wood. So yeah, I would take a boy's axe. I would imagine. I would take. Yeah, okay, all right. You know what? Since we're talking about this, hold on a second. All right. Here's my contention. Kevin and I talk about this all the time, and anybody that wants to weigh in on this, feel free to weigh in on this. Here's boy's axe. So it's a 2 1/4 pound head, and we're speaking in general terms here. This is a wood slasher. This is a 2 1/4 pound head, and this is about a 27-inch handle. So 2 1/4 plus about a pound, so 3 1/4, right? 3 1/2, maybe. And this can get some work done for sure, but I mean, if you look at the profile of this, it's not going to be the greatest splitter. It'll certainly chop down some reasonable sized trees, but here's an option like this. This is a 3 1/2 pound Michigan pattern. Insert your pattern of choice, and this is on a I don't remember what this is, 26, 27, something. That's 27. So same size handle. For 1 more pound, you're getting a full size axe. So I guess my contention is, if you could take the extra pound, which you probably can. I mean, like a gallon of water weighs 8 pounds for a gallon. So if you could take 1/8 of a gallon of extra water with you, you could take a bigger axe to do more work with. So let me know, guys, what your thoughts are on that. But that's been my contention for a while now. And I used to be a big proponent of boys' axes. I still like them. I still think they're neat. But for me anyways, if I'm hiking, even if I'm hiking in 5 miles, I'll take the extra pound and just have an easier time using an axe all weekend. But, there's a bunch of different options as far as camping axes go. You could throw them all around your shop. You could do, you could bring something, like this stupid little lathing hatchet. This is like a little tomahawk thing I made. This is a 1 3/4 pound National on, I made this handle so it's not like a standard size. It's like a 20, 21. This is like your small forest axe that Grand's Forest Brook makes. This is just sort of the homemade version of that, if you will. Here's a good option. Actually, this is a great option. You could bring something like this out. So this is a 19-inch hatchet handle, and this is a Tommy axe, a True Temper Tommy axe. With the claws removed. I modded this a while ago, and this was my little camping axe for many seasons. I brought this on a canoe trip as recently as a year ago, or 2 years ago now, actually it was. But it's a nice little profile. You get some good chopping done with this. Not going to be the greatest splitter in the world, but if you're taking down saplings and stuff like that, well, I guess, if you're taking down little dead standing trees, wrist width, something like that, you'd be good. There's probably plenty of deadfall and stuff like that too. But good options all for camping. It really just depends on what kind of camping you're doing. Let's see what we got. Snowshoeing. Great to see kids swinging axe. Yeah, dude, the axe community is awesome, man. Like, I mean, I'm just the one that's doing the live here, but the collective knowledge in the comment section here is crazy. Yeah, so okay, so you're gonna take 3.5 pounds or 4 pounds, like, and just have a bigger head that's gonna do more work. In my mind, it's all about calorie expenditure. Yeah, Kevin and I have beat this horse to death. We talk about this all the time. The extra pound, the amount of energy expended to hike that extra pound in, however long it is going to far the ease of processing your firewood all weekend is going to far outweigh the extra pound that you're going to hike in. You're never going to notice an extra pound. Yeah, so Mr. Gent tends to agree with my line of thinking. Kevin's upsetting James by chopping off his yeah, I freaking I chopped the one that I had a busted claw. I tend to agree though. I think if it's got the claws intact and it's a good example, leave it on. Calorie expenditure is yeah, that's what it's all about, man. I mean, anybody that's done any hiking or camping knows the struggle of working, and then all of a sudden you start to get shaky and you realize I haven't drank anything, I haven't ate anything, and now my blood sugar's dropping. And when you're trying to keep up with hydration and putting calories in your tummy, when you start to fall behind, it's very difficult to make that up, especially because when you're camping and you want to cook, let's just say you bring a pound of bacon and a steak or whatever. Well, unless you want to eat raw bacon or steak, you're going to have to get a fire going, which is calorie expenditure to do that. So. I don't even know if I took anything off this. Did I just rehang the same? Whatever. Yeah, I don't think I did anything at all, because this sucker's canted a little bit this way. See, look at this. This is going to make Kevin itchy. See that? It's canted. I got to fix it. Kevin, I filmed myself doing strict presses in the gym today, and I was going to send them to you so you could critique my form, but I realized, dude, these shorts are old as hell, man. These shorts are like super old and super big, and I just look like a freaking old man. You never seen like an old man coming out of the pool with the big ass swim shorts on and stuff? I couldn't even bear to send it, dude. I look like an idiot. So I told my wife this is the last night. This is the last time I'm ever wearing these shorts out in public. She got me a whole bunch of nice workout shorts in an appropriate size. What are the benefits of a wood handle over a metal one? Well, I mean, I've only ever used one axe that had, well, two axes that have had a metal handle. One of them is my Estwing camper's axe, and I bought that axe circa 2010, 2009, 2010, before I really knew much about axe restoration or anything like that. I bought a bunch of, I wouldn't call them junk axes. Actually, do I have that sitting over here right now? Yeah. I wouldn't call this, you could see how much I used it. Still got the sticker on it. This thing's probably got more wear from just bouncing around in the back of my car all these years. I wouldn't call this a junk axe. It's not junk. I mean, it's USA made. It'll last forever. You know, this thing takes a pretty nice edge. But it's freaking pencil thin. Like, you're splitting nothing with this. This is like a chopping axe first and foremost, but it's not great at chopping, really. I mean, the one thing you will not do is break this axe, but it's kind of heavy. I mean, it's kind of heavy for the amount of work that this is going to do. It's ridiculously heavy. And the shock, you know, the reverberation through the handle sucks, to be honest with you. It's got this dumb overmolded rubber whatever, so, you know, like when you're going to actually chop, you've got a transition here, you know, sliding down, so you kind of have to hold it like a baseball bat and chop like this. It's just not a great design, honestly. I mean, it's made well enough. I mean, it comes with a okay leather sheath and everything like that, made in the USA. I mean, it's tough to say bad things about it, because I mean, they're still making them in the USA. But yeah, it's just not the, you know, not the greatest. Wood, on the other hand, is just, it's natural. It feels great. It slides beautifully in your hand. It eats up a lot of the shock. You know, a lot of the shock with the splitting and stuff like that. And I mean, you know, you bend that handle, it's done. Same thing like with the plastic Fiskars. You break a Fiskar's handle, throw it away. You break one of these, you just go online and order another one, or make one. Shit, I'm making one right now. I'm making them. So, matter of fact, you break one in the field. Hypothetically, you break an axe in the field. You could take this axe head if you wanted, and probably, if you had the, you know, enough determination and skills, you could probably rehandle this in the field. Is it going to look pretty? Probably not, but you can make it work. I mean, especially if you had this axe head and a knife, you could for sure do it. You know, you could use this axe head. You could get a big mallet. You know, you make a big mallet out of a stick, and you could rive yourself, you know, a nice little billet out, and you could use a knife as a draw knife, shape yourself something down. It's not going to be pretty, but if you were in a situation, you could do it. That'd actually be a cool video. I don't have the time for that, and I probably, like I said, I probably would swear a whole lot and get mad. But anyways, yeah, I have not done a whole lot of axe hanging. I've done a whole lot of mouth flapping. Yeah, the Tommy axe is ugly with the claws. I will say that too. But you take the claws off, and it's like an entirely different axe. Yeah, that stupid S-wing is super thin. It's very dumb. Yeah, I had a Fiskars at one point too. I had a Fiskars. I want to say it was like the X15. It was like the camping version, you know, like the little 24, 26-inch handle with the 2-pound head or whatever. I don't even know where that went. I think I might have given that to my brother. And then I had the X7 hatchet too, which that was actually a pretty decent little hatchet. I don't remember. I think I might have given that away. I also have, I think it's inside in our little camping box. I also have the Sportsman hatchet, the Estwing Sportsman hatchet. I don't know if you still can, but you used to be able to buy those at Home Depot. And I was on my lunch break or something one day back when I used to work at a studio, and I just remember going in there and buying. I bought the whole set of Estwings. I bought the camp axe, the little shorty axe, which I wound up giving to a buddy Joe, and then I bought the little Sportsman hatchet. And then I restored my first vintage axe, and then it's been all downhill from there. Next time I go down to my dad's house, I'm gonna try to see if I can find that first vintage axe I restored. It's a train wreck, but it would be a cool video. And I made a sheath for it too, which is god awful. I mean, my sheaths are still god awful, but oh, hey, appreciate the sub, man. I almost whacked myself in the shin fairly recently. I think it was back in, matter of fact, it was the video that I did where I was shopping with that Rixford, and I didn't put it on camera just because, you know, I just didn't feel like getting a bunch of shit over it. But I was doing something stupid. I notched. I had the notch, and I didn't, you know, I didn't have my angles right, so there was a little bit of like sort of hinge wood, if you will. And instead of just finishing the buck out, I started coming at it from the top. And I don't remember what the heck I did, but it deflected and it hit my pant leg. It actually hit my pant leg, and just by the grace of whoever, it deflected away, you know, off my pant leg and away instead of into my shin. Kevin, if you recall, that was the trip out into the Kingswood where I had to make an emergency exit, if you recall. Yeah, dude, poor Joe Bradfield, man. He's had a rough 2026. Brad, matter of fact, we were on a live. I think me and Ryan, Lionhead Restoration, were on a live, and you popped in, and when Joe hurt his thumb. But yeah, I saw that video of Mr. Bradfield whacking his leg. Yeah, Jason, that's true. If you swing enough, something's bound to happen. Sean, here's an assignment for you. So I don't want to, I don't want to put your business out there, but Sean is in the medical field. What I think would be a really cool video from you, dude, is showing, like, putting together a nice little kit, like to keep in your bag. I think that would be a sweet video for you to do, man. Like, even just a short or whatever, like what you would recommend. I have a little quick clot, a little cat tourniquet. I actually keep some, I don't know if it's smart thinking or not, but I actually keep some like maxi pads in there. Somebody told me that one time. and just some gauze, and I think, did I say quick clotting agent? Yeah, I keep that in there too. But that would be a sweet video for you to do, man. That might have actually been what prompted the discussion between Ryan and I, was when you had said about Mr. Bradfield chopping his thumb. But Ryan and I had started talking about tourniquets and stuff like that. And it's one thing to carry the equipment. It's another thing to actually understand how to implement. I don't think people realize, like, when you apply a tourniquet, like, on yourself, there's a certain amount of, like, most people are only going to go until it's uncomfortable. You need to go until it's unbearable, and then go one more, essentially. And I'm not in the medical field, but I was a scout, and I've done enough medical classes and stuff like that I know enough to, be dangerous, if you will, right? But yeah, I think a lot of people would assume that when you apply a tourniquet, you just go until it's uncomfortable, but yeah, man, it should hurt. All right, Kevin. Good night. Yeah, exactly, Brad. Like an IFAC sort of deal, but more so. Yeah, more so, like, when I think IFAC, I think something that a guy is going to keep on, like a chest rig or something like that. Like, when I think IFAC, I think military. I think, like, getting into a gunfight kind of kit. I would like to see a kit that's, like, designed around chainsaw and axe wounds. What you're likely to encounter. Because I too have well, I didn't chop myself. I cut myself really badly with a big Bowie knife when I was a teenager. I missed my femoral artery by a very, very uncomfortable amount of space, and like 57 stitches or something like that. Yeah, it was a mess. How freaking cool are these wedges, guys? These main patterns. All right, man. All right, Chad. Take care. Yeah, it's getting late, guys. Actually, it's like almost 9 o'clock. I gotta get in there. I gotta do a little lunch prep for tomorrow. But yeah, Sean, if you're still in here, man, that's got to be your homework assignment for your next one of your next videos. That would be a freaking cool video, man. Yeah, Jenkins, that would be a great idea too. Just like a kit that you could access one-handed. Anybody got anything else? What's everybody working on? I will finish this another night. I am just so not into hanging this axe tonight. I don't know why. I came out here to see how my glue up did. You know what we'll do? Maybe we'll thin the sucker out while we're shooting the shit. We'll thin the back half out. Hung up a little. I just sharpened this. I actually took a pretty significant amount of meat off the back of this handle on the first rugs build that I did. I think I actually went at it with a Shinto pretty hot and heavy there. So I had never heard of the Rugs Handle Company before. Now, admittedly, I'm not up on my main stuff as much as some of these guys, but I didn't know where the whole Rugs thing came from. But I guess Rugs was a handle manufacturer, much like, you know, Tatum in that area. And I guess this was one of their sort of signature patterns. So maybe the original had this weird, well, I wouldn't call it weird, but this interesting transition where it gets thicker. Man, that really pisses me off, James, that didn't get there. Sean, if you're still in the house, did yours get there? Remind me again, James, where in Canada are you? Are you on the West Coast or the East Coast? Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. So if neither one of those get there, I'm done putting shit in the mailbox by my job, because I think the guy that pulls the mail out of that mailbox doesn't know what he's doing. Because I've had, matter of fact, well, Chad said he had to go take off, but I sent Chad a similar package that I sent you, James, where I traced out a couple handles for him and threw a sticker in there, and it took like 2 weeks to get to him. And we live, I could drive to his house and I could be there in probably a little, maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. And it took like 2 weeks to get to him. So the mail is a freaking train wreck anymore. Don't give up hope. I'm sure it'll probably show up. And if not, I bought a book of stamps. So from what I understand, you can either give them one of those little international stamps, or you could throw 3 stamps on it, and that's enough postage. So I bought a book of stamps last time I was there. So. Ontario, less than 2 hours from Niagara Falls. Oh, dude, you're not that far. I've never been to Canada before. I do want to go to like freaking Newfoundland or something like that. Oh man, is it Newfoundland? There's like some crazy islands or something up there. One of these YouTubers that does kayaking that I follow, this guy Brett did a video of like these crazy islands up in Nova Scotia. That's what it is, Nova Scotia. I want to do that. Freaking awesome. My wife and I were actually looking at a cruise to Alaska. We also were looking at a cruise to Nova Scotia. But I think the thing with like the cruises, though, honestly, that I don't like is like you're kind of on the boat's time. You can't just do what you want to do. I'm not a big fan of that. I think if I'm going to spend a lot of money to go on vacation, I don't want to have to adhere to a timeline. All right. Yeah, man, the chances of me getting up to Canada are probably about the same as me getting up to Alaska. I've got a lot of commitments down here in Pennsylvania, man. I got a kid. She's got all of her stuff. I have a little side gig where I photograph weddings, so my weekends are sporadic. My availability on weekends is sporadic, but gotta do what you gotta do. We're trying to send our daughter to a private school, so this shit is not cheap. Yeah, man. British Columbia. Did you ever watch what's that show called? Not Lost. Alone? Did you ever watch that show Alone? I think that's where they filmed it, right? Is British Columbia? I only saw the first season. I stopped watching it after the first season. But I used to hang around a lot on the Bushcraft USA forum, and one of the guys on there, Ranger Joe, he used to go by the handle of Ranger Joe. He was a contestant on the first season. A guy named Joe Robinette or Robinette. He still does YouTube. He's a pretty big YouTuber at this point. But I remember him posting stuff circa like 2015 or whatever, back when he had maybe, I don't know, a couple thousand subscribers on his channel. He used to do really good videos. He probably still does. I don't really watch him anymore, but yeah, he was on the first season, and I can't remember why he got eliminated. Something happened. Oh, you know what? He lost his ferrocerium rod, and he couldn't get a fire started. Which is, well, I mean, it's not funny, but it's interesting because I've seen this dude on camera more than one time do fire by friction, and he lives up in Canada. And I've seen this dude do fire by friction multiple times, and he couldn't get it done on the island. I guess it was just too damp. And I don't know. I'm into bushcraft and camping and stuff like that, but one thing that I've never done is fire by friction. I understand the principles of it and everything like that. I just don't have the patience for it. I should try to mess around with that this summer. That would be kind of cool. Oh, so it came. It did come. All right, well, I don't know. Maybe customs. I know Canada's got all kinds of bullshit laws, James. Do they not allow you guys to have stickers up there now? Is Brother Justin Trudeau getting you guys down up there? Is Trudeau still the Prime Minister up there? I don't even follow the Canadian politics or whatever. I'm sitting here poking fun. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Trudeau might have not been the Prime Minister for like 3 years by now. All right, let's see. What do we got? Nah, it's Carney, I believe. James, you know Machinist Mike is, oh man, is he Lakota? He is a significant part Native American. So next time you see him post a video or something like that, you should definitely let him know, because he's very big into the, you know, the lore and the history and everything like that. He knows how to speak it and stuff like that too. He taught me, you know, a couple things, two, three things. The reason that even came up is so I don't even, you know, I always start all the videos off with the aho, and he thought I was part Native American, but the reality is that just came from a really, really old inside joke between me and my buddy Dave. Back when I first started posting on YouTube, there was like, you know, 3 guys watching, and one of them was my buddy Dave, and he and I used to always say aho to each other. There was like this, it was like a TikTok video or something going around of the, what the hell was the dude's name? Native Uncle, and it's like a crazy ass deer with a broken neck or something went running out. He goes, aho, brother deer, good medicine for the people. And that was our little joke. Everything was good medicine. So I made a video and I said, aho, brothers of the axe. And it just kind of stuck. And now I can't, now it's like a tick. I can't not make a video. That's what I should do. April 1st, I should do a video and not start out with the aho. See if anybody notices. What else do we got? Let's see. I don't have your number, man. Oh, wait a minute. I do have your number via email. Yeah, I could pass Mike's your number along to Mike. What I don't do is give people's numbers out. I wouldn't want somebody to give my number out just willy-nilly, so I do not do that. I do not do that to other people, but I'm more than happy to let Mike know you'd be interested in reaching out to him. Especially, well, I don't know if shipping's going to be a problem for you probably, but if you ever want to get in on some of the wedge action from Mike, I don't know if shipping is going to be a problem, but you know what? Honestly, even if you just bought a couple wedges off him, I bet you he could throw them in an envelope and throw a couple stampies on there for you. But all right, guys, I think I'm gonna head in, start prepping my lunch and everything like that for tomorrow. But all right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate everybody hanging out, and we'll do it again soon, guys. Everybody really seems to be liking the live stream, so very cool. All right, guys. See you later, Jason. Take care, guys.